21st Street. I'm just a boy from the east side. Do you love me? Your mom told you about this side. It could get ugly. Maybe who I am. 21st Street. I'm just a boy from the east side. Do you love me? Your mom told you about this side. It could get ugly.
Alright, y'all, welcome to first episode Creating Coziness. I'm here with my boy Donnie, aka Moot, aka
Mookie, you know what I'm saying? That's what I go by. I do my shit, you know what I'm saying? I be out here fucked up, but I'm here. What I do.
Yes, sir. So before we get into it, let the people know who you are, what you do, and you know what your aspirations are.
Alright, well, I'm Donnie, like man said, nigga named Donnie. I go by Mookie in my art language, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't be out here putting my name on all these walls and niggas gonna find me. That's not cool. But essentially, I do everything. If you could think about art in any type of sense, that's what I do. And that's how I get down, you know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. Anything art, clothes, canvas, fucking spray paint, pencil, marker, fucking chalk, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I get down. Give me the medium, I will figure it out and I will do that hoe.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I was about to ask you what you consider yourself personally, more like an artist, a designer, or just
just an artist in general. Because honestly, I can't say designer. Only reason I make clothes is because I love clothes. I spend bread on clothes. Like niggas ain't even know how much I put on this fits. You know what I'm saying? But that's a different conversation. But if I put all this money into this clothes and I got all these type of feelings into these clothes, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make the best clothes and I'm gonna make the clothes that I wanna wear. You know what I'm saying? I wanna wear other people's shit, but then again, I still wanna wear my shit. And if I have that creative ability and I got all those tools that I got, I'm gonna make some shit. Like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Nigga made the fucking flag. This is the third locked in flag. This is not even the first one, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's just on a simple shit like that.
So tell me more about the whole locked in thing, you know.
Locked in, it's three of us, you know what I'm saying? Me, my nigga Sly right here, you know what I'm saying? He in the background, a little background check, you know what I'm saying? And my nigga Slow. This is my folks. It's three main components in locked in. There's only three people in locked in. Locked in is locked in for a reason because it's locked in and you can't get in or out. So you locked in for this life shit and you trying to get in this shit. You could be a supporter locked in. We do this shit. Like, I want support in every single way. I'll support you if you want some fly shit, if you want some real right shit. But locked in came from just the gist of locked in is more so family shit and like really feeling the shit. And it just so happened that me, Slow, and Sly, we all on the same mind frame and we all on the same path on trying to work and trying to create and trying to do that. And once you get three people who do all those type of things and it's all different type of things that they're creating, it's just gonna branch a whole revolution in a sense. And because at the end of the day, Sly and Slow do different shit than I do and they do different shit than I do, but if we put us all together, it's gonna create a beautiful effect. And honestly, that's what really locked in is. If locked in is just supporting and you locked into the lifestyle, we locked into the shit. No bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So who are your inspirations as far as like art is concerned? You know, because I see you do all different types of art. So like,
alright. So I break it down in this sense because in the well diverse scene I start with clothes. Vivian Westwood and Raph Simmons, just because the way that I do art and when you see my art you'll understand. Vivian Westwood started the whole punk scene with clothes. Punk music was punk music, but it wasn't really punk music until Vivian Westwood gave them the clothes to make punk music what it was. Mm-hmm. Raph Simmons is just left field. He'd do some left field shit, like he'll bring a fucking military belt into a situation with a fucking button-down t-shirt. That's the beauty of it. I like when niggas do shit outside, and that's what. And when I think about my art and I think about my clothes, it's just like outside in that sense. And when I go to the physical art, like actual art, it's Ron English and Brian Calvin. I got Brian Calvin and Ron English that on me. It's just simple as that. It's like Ron English, he takes what people know and he just twists it in his own sense, and he makes it what he wants you to perceive and how he perceives it. And honestly, I do the same thing. It's just not so much like iconic symbols. It's just like symbols that you see and like shit that you know and shit that happens. Pardon me. I put my own twist on it, and that's just how I look on things. And when it comes to Brian Calvin, bro, he just, the way that he put his colors with his pieces, and it just works out in that sense. I have many other inspirations in my life, but those are the 4 top ones in the sense of being creative, because at the end of the day, if you look at any one of those 4 people in their whole extensive career, on where they started, where they finished, and how they work in between, they're creative. But I'm not discrediting nobody else, because at the end of the day, I still fuck with Rick on a clothing aspect, and I still fuck with Takashi on a art aspect. It's just the fact of the matter, limitations and what people would actually do. Because at the end of the day, Rick do black, white, he do, you know what I'm saying, he do what Rick do. Takashi do what Takashi do, but they don't reach that broader stance. They would not take that chance. I'm big on chances. I feel like if you ain't take that chance, you ain't never gonna know.
Yeah, so is that what got you, dabbling in different forms of art?
Yeah, and that has a really big influence on what I do, because at the end of the day, Sly knows a lot of shit that I don't know, and Slow knows a lot of shit I don't know, and I'm gonna take what they know and take what I know, and I'm gonna try to tweak it. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna try to put my energy into that type of form, because Sly, at the end of the day, because Sly is big on, like, he's really nice with claymations and shit of that sense. I did that shit back in motherfucking high school, nigga. You don't remember high school, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like, it's cool and all, but Sly like tapped into my inner thoughts and like, claymation, hell yeah, nigga, that shit tough. And he taught me a couple new ways, you know what I'm saying? And even when it comes to Slow, because Slow do clothes and he do music, but he looks at clothes different than I do. I look at old clothes, he look at new clothes. He want Dior, Prada, da da da. I'm fucking with Dior, Prada, da da da, you know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at fucking $300 band tees from 1987, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how I'm brought up. And so if we could meet that medium, and I'm gonna work with them and they gonna work with me, everything's gonna work out. And I just I live that life as a student, not as a teacher. That's how I think of it. You know what I'm saying?
So that's a good way to look at it. I ain't gonna lie. But so how did you get in tune with the paintings and everything? Because a lot of people don't know, where you actually started on your art journey.
When my painting shit, it came, honestly, I'm a big cartoon head. I love cartoons. Beavis and Butthead, Red and Stimpy, fucking Angry Beavers, you know what I'm saying? Courage the Cowardly Dog. I love cartoons. Every single cartoon, I probably got some type of love for it. The Simpsons, I got cartoons tatted on me for a reason. Cartoons, when I was a young youth, you know what I'm saying? It was like, how did they get these drawings on the TV? I'm looking at it like, how did they do that? You feel me? And it just so happened, I was just sketching some shit out. I would mimic what they would do, just to like, because I was in love with it. I'm infatuated at that point as a youth. I'm just mimicking what they do. And then when I grew to a mature standpoint in my life, I was just doing my own thing. And honestly, a mook is a big part of this whole art shit. And when I say mook, a lot of people don't know that. A mook is me and Locked In, we classify mook as drinking, smoking, whatever takes you out of the sober mindset is a mook. You don't even gotta take nothing in to be mooked. Like, it could be just that hit you left field and that shit just mooked me. It's just like deja vu in a sense. Shit like it honestly, it's just like what made me do the art is cartoons and just having my creative mindset. And when majority of the shit that I do, I be under the influence, and I'm a complete. Let me word this correctly. I am going to admit this properly. I drink when I draw, and I draw all the time. So technically, I'm drinking all the time, but it's not in a sense where it's a reliable factor. It's more so on a. It opens up a new mind. I could draw something sober for you, but if I draw that same thing when I'm drunk, not sober to you, I only drink. I don't do none of that extra shit. But if I draw it when I'm not sober, you're gonna get a whole different outcome, and that's just how my brain is conformed, and it's cool. I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you respond to people that feel like, you know, you may be holding on to a crutch, or, you know, using alcohol or drugs or something as like not something to depend on, but something to give you that creative dart?
Yeah, and I dealt with people like this, and I went through a lot of conversations like this, because honestly, this is how I'll put it. I'll give me a piece of paper right now when I'm sober. I would draw you some fire shit. Give me a piece of paper when I'm not sober. I would draw you some fire shit. There's two different type of themes, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you feel me? Like, I can't really explain it. It's just on how you look at things, because most of the shit y'all see in the crib, I've been drunk. There's very few that I haven't been drunk, and I ain't gonna sit here in front like I drink to draw. No, nigga, I could draw sober as a motherfucker. I could draw at fucking 7 o'clock in the morning when I'm just chilling in my bed, or I could draw 7 o'clock at night when I'm getting ready to turn up and I'm about to go out. You know what I'm saying? Whenever it clicks in my brain, I see shit before I draw. I think about some 2 weeks before I even put it on a piece of paper, just so I get every single detail correct. You know what I'm saying? And it really fucks with a nigga mental on a sense, because people on some shit like, you're dependent on this, you're dependent on that. Nigga, no, hell no. Pardon all my French, but hell no, bro. Hell no. This just opens up a whole new realm. And you could see it in my drawings, my paintings, my creations at that. If you look at it, you could tell the difference. If you really study my shit, you could tell the difference. The only reason I know is because I studied the shit, and I know when I was fucked up, and I know when I wasn't. But majority of the shit, I was fucked up and I wasn't. They was both all hot. Fucked up and not.
People not gonna really see.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people take in the factor of being fucked up like that's how you get it, and that's how you're creative. Motherfucker, hell no. I wake up and I'm thinking shit. I don't wake up drunk. I'm halfway into my day, and I'll probably get drunk. But
yeah, so tell people about like the little journey from when you started to now, like the ups and downs, and
yeah.
You know.
I mean, the journey started early. I want to say I was probably like freshman in high school, I knew what I wanted to do, and I put myself to the shit, and I started off with paintings and drawings, and because I was in art class. And this is what fucked me up. I was in art class, and my art teacher came up behind my shoulder, and she was like, "You can't do that. That's not the right way to do that." You know what the fuck? Like, I'm looking at this bitch like, art is free. You gonna tell Picasso he can't do the way he do?
Yeah, a lot of people, especially when they go to art school and stuff like that, they start to feel like it's a lot more objective.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, like they feel like it's a certain way to do it. No, hell fucking no. I know correct mediums, and I know correct styles, and I know the shit. I was studying the shit. Like, when I went to art class, I was really taking that shit serious. Just do what you want. Art is free. And that right there, when I was a freshman, fucking sophomore, those 2 years, that like brought in my statement, and I deadass locked myself in my crib, turned my phone off for fucking two and a half weeks, and I just had hella canvases, and I just went berserk. Cause at this point I was living in like a room, and then I had a basement. My basement was my work studio. My room was my room. I did that 2 weeks. Two and a half weeks of my life I just spent working, and then I got really in tune. I just blast blast music. Music is very key to me. I love music. I don't care what anybody gonna say. Music is key to my process, and if there's no music, there's no Donnie, and there's no Mookie, and there's no art that I'm gonna produce.
So do you feel like the music, like you draw inspiration from music to help you stay dedicated, or do the certain artists that you listen to inspire you in a way that motivates you to do a type of art?
I'm not gonna say dedicated. I'm gonna say it's a focus point. Well, on a personal level, when I paint and when I create and when I do art, I just roam around my brain. I roam until I see something to a certain degree. Then I'll put that on a piece of paper. I'll put that on a canvas. But the music, it keeps me on a track in a certain sense. Honestly, when my whole shit was going down, I was listening to Kendrick. Like when I went through that whole 2-week period, I was listening to Kendrick. But to this day, when I do art, I listen to Cudi and I listen to Thug. And those are just two artists that relate to me. It's a more soulful thing. If I relate to it on a soulful note, then that's when you're gonna get the purest Mookie, Donnie, however you want to put it. That's when you're gonna get the best work that I could possibly hand out to you. Most of my best work I keep in my crib. It's not for sale. It's in my crib for show, but it's not for sale. And that's just because how I feel behind it and what I put into it. And it's no disrespect to everybody who wants it. It's just, it's comforting to me. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna see this in my crib.
Facts.
Like, I don't put no bullshit on the canvas, and I sure as hell won't put no bullshit on anything. It's just the fact of the matter of actually giving it up. Like, if I give it up, I don't know if this person's gonna treat this like me. Like, I look at 2 paintings in my crib where it's like, okay, this ain't going nowhere. One of them is in the bathroom. It's that little space thing going on, and one's on this little corner. It's the fucking that pink background with the teal nigga. It's just how shit was produced and just the feelings behind it. When you really feel for something, you really can't let it go. You're gonna hold it. Like, if you get a little shorty and you feel for her, you ain't gonna let that go. I just create these pieces and I just can't let them go. So majority of this statement is to say that music just keeps me on track, and it puts me in that right mind state to keep going and not do no bullshit. And it does depend on the music, because I'm gonna paint and draw some different shit from Cudi than Thug, and I really fuck with Cardi. And if I fuck with Cardi, it's just gonna be some like, not wild left-handed shit, but it's gonna be some wild left-handed shit. It's just gonna be like out of my zone. Like, Donnie, you do this, you do this, you do that, but where the fuck did this come from? Nigga, I was listening to Cardi. Cardi got me turned up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm drinking a bottle of Ciroc doing this shit. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But that's just how I'm wired, and it's not nothing on being what's the word, reliant, or like I need the music to create, or I need the Mook to create. Wipe that shit clear. I still have the creative brain. I started this world sober as fuck, not knowing music. I could not know music, and I could not drink. But it just opens up a different path, and this is my creative path, and this is what I feel comfortable with, and this is how I look at things. And I really have no words after that. If you, as an artist, understand that, then it's cool. I hope as an artist you understand that. If you're not an artist, just get in tune with yourself. I'm really in tune with myself. That's why I sit here, I talk to you, and I say, hell yeah, I drink and I paint. That's what I do. I drink and paint. It makes me happy, drinking and painting. Life is being happy, and that's where I stand.
Yeah, that's a nice way to stand.
Yeah, man. Like, at the end of the day, you really can't do nothing in this world but enjoy life and be happy. At the end of the day, I still have a job. I still have like whatever hours I'm doing and whatever job I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm taking care of myself. But I'm making sure I'm still happy at the end of the day. Because at this point, I don't like my job, but I'm taking care of my shit. I gotta take care of the Monkey Museum with my partner. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do my part, but I'm gonna still make sure I'm happy. If it's paying 2-3 times a week, cool. I'm with it. If I draw every single day. I got a sketchbook in my bedroom. I draw every fucking day. Ain't nothing about it. Even if it's on some like, just 1-2, you know what I'm saying? Or it's like some detail shit I'm gonna put some time into, like, you feel me? I got like 7 sketchbooks in the crib. And they all being worked on. I got 1 in my bedroom. I got 2 in my bedroom, 3 in the work closet, and I got 2 in here. This the supply closet. It's just like work out in that sense. Like, I'm always working regardless if it's an actual job to work or it's an actual thing that I want to work on and pursue in that life. It's just my mind's always rocking and rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I respect it, bro. Well, it was nice talking to you. Feel me? Let the people know where they can find you at.
Oh yeah, yo, Donnie _ignoramus. Yeah, IGNORIS. I was just drinking. I'm sorry, y'all. But listen, ignoramus. Figure it out. I'm all over the place. I'm Instagram, Twitter a little bit. No Snapchat, too personal, like Uzi said. But ignoramus, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, honestly, you probably catch me outside more than you gonna catch me on the internet. I just be outside. I'll be outside regardless. Corona, nah, nigga, I'm outside. Part of my French in this sense. This how I talk. You know what I'm saying? But yes, Sersky. Appreciate you.
Yeah, bro. Good looks on this shit. Real.
Yeah, yo, deadass. I really appreciate you doing this, man.